Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a Christmas card that you can do at home. So the first thing you'll need is your card or your cardstock or paper, whatever you'd like to fold. It can just be any kind of cardstock. You don't want to use a thin paper for this because we are going to be gluing some things onto it. So for it to be stable, cardstock would be better. Today I'm going to be using some buttons that I got at the dollar store. As you can see, $1.25 for the pack and nice Christmas colors. And I'm going to be using my glue gun. If you don't have a glue gun, you can get one, most craft stores. Dollarama also sells them now. Your dollar store, Michael's, anywhere you buy craft supplies. Okay, so now we've got the buttons out. My glue gun is heating up. Now, depending how comfortable you are, we're going to be doing a wreath, so a circle shape. You could just glue them at random, but if you want a guideline, you can just get like a cup or a mug. I just had a tea can lying around and a pencil. Make it in the middle, and you can just do a quick little outline of a circle if you want. I like pencil because depending how you glue the buttons, if you can see the pencil after, you can just erase it. With a pen, that's going to be a little bit more difficult to hide. So we've got our circle shape. Now we're ready to start gluing. Some of these I'm just going to take out because they're just a bit too big and I'm not going to end up using them. So I've got all my nice little sizes there. Now I love my glue gun because it's cordless. It's not always so easy when you need to be plugged into the wall. And you can just start gluing them. Get other colors. You can mix them in as well if you want them to be, the shape of decorations. Give it the effect of maybe twinkle lights. So you can play around with it. You don't have to just stick to the red and green. So I'm just going to continue this all the way around. And if you are using the glue gun, try to avoid the little holes because when you push down, you're going to get that glue coming through and burning your fingertips. So also just push on the sides, so be careful if you can. These ones with the 4 holes is a little bit more difficult to do. You could always use tweezers or any other thing that you have handy to hold the buttons if you want, just so that you don't burn your fingers. If you had double-sided tape or anything like that, you could use that as well. Or another thing that I found recently is you can get these stickers that I got these on Shein. I know it's not great, but they're for putting on fake nails. So it's a double-sided tape. I mean, you get hundreds in a pack for a few dollars. You could always use these as your double-sided tape. They're nice little sizes. It obviously isn't going to stick as long as the glue, but depending if you're going to mail this card, if you're just going to hand it to somebody, you might not be too concerned with them falling off. I really liked this pack because there's different shades, there's different shapes, so it's giving it a nice effect. Not a huge fan of fake nails. I find them really difficult to do certain things, but I just really loved these Grinch ones when I saw them and wanted to try. But crafting in them is not that easy, but it's nice because I can push these buttons in a little bit easier. So I guess that's the upside to them. So as you can see, it's not a perfect circle by any means. We've got lots of different shapes here. So some perfectionists, this is going to bother them, but the point here is to show you that you don't have to get it perfect. It's just to have fun and make homemade cards. Whether you're doing it by yourself or you're doing it with kids or friends, it's just to say that you did it and you enjoyed it, right? If you don't enjoy it, then you shouldn't probably be doing it if it's going to drive you crazy. You could just go buy some cards, but If you're doing this, it's obviously because you enjoy it. So just have fun, play around with it. If it's not perfect, it's fine. When you give this to somebody, they're obviously going to see that you took the time to make something for them. And I think with most people these days, we don't have a lot of free time, depending on, what your life is like. And if someone sees that you took that time from your day to make something, they're just going to appreciate it all that much more. They're not going to say, oh, it's not a perfect circle. I can't believe you gave this to me. That's not what they're going to do. If they do, then maybe you don't want to be friends with them anymore. You might want to reconsider that. So I'm going to touch up the bottom a little bit, but what I actually wanted to do at the bottom is wanted to add a bow. So, if you're feeling that your shape is a little bit off, you can always add things on top of it to hide it if you feel that you need to hide it, or just to add something to it. So I'm not too concerned with the bottom here because I am going to be putting a bow on it. I'm going to add just maybe one here, and then I'm going to put the bow on and just show you. So there's different options for bows. Okay. So for the bow, you could, if you had ribbon lying around, you could cut some, tie in a bow, and glue it on top. I couldn't find the ones I wanted, but depending on your dollar store, you get these nice little wooden pieces. If you had bows, or if you have somebody in your life that, you feel would like a theme, like ice cream for kids or things like that, you can always color these in and glue a few on here for an extra decoration, or you could put that here at the bottom on top of your bow. So that's another option. And I was lucky enough to find this in the basement. This came with one of those Michael's Kids Craft Kits from, I think, last Christmas. So I love it because it's glittery. And who doesn't love some glitter? And I love these because you can glue them on. You can use double-sided tape, but I love my glue gun, so I'm going to use my glue gun. I'm going to put it, you can glue it on top of the buttons. I'm going to glue it, like around there. It's going to cover up some of that shape, and that's going to work nicely for me. The other thing is with those wooden things, these cute little gift tags, if you wanted, you could always glue it up here, and then just draw a little line. I'll show you after. And you could write the name of whoever it's for. You could write, a little well wish if you want. You could put it down here if you wanted. You could play around with that. It's just an idea. Let's hope I don't forget where I'm putting this. It was so nicely placed there. And I'm not gluing all of it to start with, just the top. So I just want to stick it on where I wanted. I don't want to have too much glue. I'm going to glue down the bottoms just so it doesn't rip off. Now for this, you definitely could glue it down there. And like I said, you could just take, like a fine tip Sharpie. Oh, why not? Draw a line. And just put it there. If you're making a bunch and you're not sure, who it's going to go to, you can just write like a nice little Merry Christmas. I went from cursive to normal writing. Oy. Okay. That's okay. And there you go. You've got your finished homemade Christmas wreath card.